does the...
He does.
Oh, okay.
I have a joystick and everything.
Oh, I can stand here. I won't talk to you.
No, I won't hear it. They will. Yep, watch this setup. I'm trying high tech, buddy.
Is this the team, or you just went and bought all this crap?
I don't.
Oh, yeah. You're 67.
I'll cut. Now you're good.
Oh.
Now you're free to talk.
Then what, you don't even have
Shot clock reset, time, instant replays, the whole bit. Yeah, this thing here.
Are we good? Okay. All right. Welcome to Ringette here. We are live at Flames Community Arena in Calgary with the Edmonton WAM versus the Calgary Rath. Should be an exciting game. 2 season games I think they've played already. 2? Oh, yeah, I believe 2. Close games every time. 2 overtimes for sure. This might be the 3rd game, actually. Played a couple weeks ago for SO Golden Ring, and it was 7-7 and went to overtime, where WAM won in a shootout. So expecting some more high-flying action here today. Quite a big crowd here. Lots of littles at the arena from Calgary area. Yeah, tons of people here to watch, so that's exciting. And it looks like we got a South Cal team lining up on the bench here. Little South Cal team looks like they're going to take the ice in a minute here for something.
We're good. I didn't check it. You want to do that while I go to the bathroom?
Yeah. Sorry, we're just fixing the camera angles and stuff. Apologies there. All right, the ref's blowing the whistle. So that's the end of the warm-up, about 20 seconds left. Starting up and hopefully get our camera all dialed in. So the Rath are doing a lap with the local Calgary team, South Cal. I'm not sure which division it is. Yeah. Gonna do the cheer here together as the WAM are setting up on the bench, next to the bench. I didn't see it. Really? Yep. No. Yep. Nobody would grab it. No, come on, Bob.
Drama queen, eh?
You gotta zoom out, I think. There you go. So still a bit of technical difficulties here. We're dialed in here now. We do the anthem. All right, so the anthem is done. And we are about to get started. Looks like Rath is going to be starting with the ring. Maddie Nystrom in net for the Rath. And we got Gruel in net for the WAM. All right, so just getting the clock set up here. Refs are ready. Not sure what we're waiting for. They're talking to the bench, something about
Give a shout out to John.
just giving a shout out to Jonathan. From where?
Oh, he's in Edmonton.
From Edmonton.
From Calgary, in Edmonton.
Yeah, we're saying a shout out to Jonathan. So thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you hear that. Armstrong with the ring now, sending it in deep for Sauvé. Sauvé with a nice stab. Got 12 seconds on the shot clock. Sauvé's going to drop it to Hemstreet. Hemstreet drives in, loses the ring, is able to recover, but no reset. Only 4 seconds. Shot right on. Gruel makes the save. Gruel now kicks it out behind to Ferry. Ferry with the ring is pressured by Aaron Ung. Ferry has to retreat into her own zone. Now drops it off for Henderson. Henderson makes a spinorama move and out to center. Arlinghouse misses the stab. Only 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Ryan York coming in to help out. And reset. Oh, the clocks aren't synced. So for some reason the shot clocks weren't synced up there. But it was a shot clock violation against the WAM, so it's a nice from ring. There's Armstrong with it, dodging some checks, looking for an opening. Nobody open. Armstrong cycles back. Wheeler wide open. Wheeler up to Anderson. Anderson drops it back to Wheeler. Wheeler cycles with the ring behind the net. Wheeler out in front, loses her footing, tries to get it to Anderson, doesn't work. Shot, sharp angle. Gruel makes the save and kicks the ring out to number 3. That's, I believe, Debahi. And a long lead pass up for Fevin. Fevin gets tripped up, no call. Then loses the ring to Brown. So long pass. Gillespie is open, has a player along the side. Anderson was open, but couldn't make the pass or a shot. Now Meyer in off the bench. Meyer grabs it as the forwards are changing. Brewster with a shot. Good save by Gruel, and a crease violation against the Rath is going to be a goaltender ring. So Gruel now with it. Gruel over to Drager. Drager double pumps it behind the net, fakes the drop, keeps the ring, and up to Henderson at center ice. Henderson throws it in deep for Drager. Pretty nice set play there. Give and go. Allowed for an easy entry for the WAM. Drager fakes it between the legs, takes the shot, and wow. That had eyes, top corner, beats Nystrom over the glove. First goal going to WAM. .10:30 left in the first quarter. Drager, not sure who assisted that, but now Burst with it. Burst to Rock. Rock has to turn back, looking for an opening, sends it in deep. Meyer's there to pick it up, but she has trouble. Good checking there by WAM. Meyer able to hang on. Brewster now with it. Brewster behind the net. Brewster back to Burst. Burst gets checked hard by Drager, loses the ring, and WAM take over. Drager center ice, tries a backhand pass, but that ends up going off a skate. Now Ketsa and Krochak with it now. Krochak taking the shot, gets blocked off the skate, picking it up off the ring, no reset. So 10 seconds on the shot clock. Looks like Ryan York. Ryan York with a shot on net. Nystrom with the save. Now behind the Rock. Quick out to Will. Will sends it across ice for Ong. Ong is triple teamed there, and that's going to cause a turnover. So Rath unable to move the ring. It's a move it or lose it rule. If you get frozen, the ring goes to the second team into the scrum. So WAM starting with it at center ice. Ryan York with a pass up, just bounces off of Rath player Aaron Ong. Arlinghouse able to pick it up in the offensive zone. Nice check by Murray. That was a wicked stab. We got a reset. Able to recover. Oh, walking right in is Hasback. Takes the shot and it goes over the net and into the mesh. So I think it's going to be, oh no, they said it touched a Rath player, so it's going to go back to WAM. Rath changing up their forwards. Wheeler comes on to help in the triangle. Arlinghouse is going to start with it for WAM. Arlinghouse sees an opening. No, puts it back to Ryan York off the boards. Ryan York's going to go for a skate behind the net. Ryan York dropping it over to Hasback. Arlinghouse behind the net, picking up the loose ring. Arlinghouse to Ryan York. Ryan York has to go back to retrieve it. Running out of time, takes a shot. Nystrom almost able to close the door there, and Rath are out to center. Anderson with it. Anderson puts it across ice to Murray. Murray's going to try to wait it out, but it doesn't bounce across the blue line. So now soft play into Wheeler, and Wheeler was checked. Gillespie able to come in and help out. 9 seconds on the shot clock as Rath are trying to set up Gillespie in through traffic, gets it into the slot area, and that didn't work out. So it's going to be a shot clock violation. And on to the stick of the goaltender. Gruel is going to, not sure what the call is here. Gruel picks it up, sends it out behind the net for Henderson. Henderson, long lead pass up to center ice for Shannon. Shannon not able to pick it off. Armstrong with it now. Armstrong sends it to Anderson. Anderson finds Gillespie wide open. Gillespie couldn't pick it off. Had to pick it up off the boards behind the net. Now leaves it for Meyer. Meyer takes the shot. Gruel able to get a pad down and make the save. And behind the net, it was Meyer making the check, but there was a delayed crease violation call. So goalie ring. And now Henderson with it. Henderson off the boards to Shannon, but didn't go out of the zone. So Shannon just throws it up backhand. And frozen ring, so Rath get a turnover. As they WAM couldn't move at that time. So now Rath ring at center ice. 7:27 left in the first period. Pretty good action both ways. Don't think Rath have got too many quality shots though, but I would say the shots are almost equal right now. Rock with it up to Burse. Burse gets checked as a WAM wall forms. And now WAM in a bit of trouble, able to get it up the left-hand side with no coverage there. Streaking in is number 19. Good check there. Lee got almost a breakaway, but good defense there by the Rath to break it up. Now wide open is Meyer. Meyer picking it off. Gives it back to Hazel. Hazel in the offensive zone. Trying to find an opening. Nobody there. Hemstreet there. Looks like there's a change in progress. Sauvé now with it. Sauvé back to Hemstreet. Hemstreet. Backhand shot. Gruel with the save. Rebound stays in the crease. Gruel picking it up now, and that'll be 5-second violation against WAM. So it's going to be a Rath ring in the offensive zone, a full 30 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see what Rath can do here. Sauvé starting with it, looking for Ung, and couldn't find Ung open, so she banks it over to Hemstreet. Sauvé in tight for Ung. Ung misses the stab. And WAM wastes no time getting into the offensive zone. Prochak wide open, takes the shot. Good block there by Hemstreet. And throw it into coverage. Sauvé able to make a really tough stab. Hemstreet in the offensive zone. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Hemstreet with a big shot. Rebound comes out into the slot. Nobody there to pick it up except for the WAM players. Now WAM right back there. Right through the neutral with little checking there. So Ryan York's going to set it up in the offensive zone. WAM trying to sneak in, takes the shot, and somehow got a piece of the goalie. That looked like it was all net, but hard to tell from up here. It must have got a pad. Arlinghouse with a shot. Nystrom with the save. Rebound. Nystrom with another great save. Great chance there for WAM on the rebound, but Nystrom able to shut the door. Armstrong with it now. Slow playing it up to the line. Sees an open Gillespie. Gillespie can't stick it. Two lines. Henderson picking it up in the defensive zone. Henderson off the boards to Tajbak. And now back to Henderson. So a quick give and go. And almost a give and go there. Now Gillespie with it. Gillespie and Anderson trying to team up. Anderson driving in, breaking through, takes the shot and misses the net. In tight, ran into a bit of room there. Gillespie able to recover the ring. So Rath with a fresh clock, setting up in the offensive zone. Gillespie now. Gillespie loses it, trying to pass. I'm not sure what that was. The ring just fell off her stick. Henderson through Brown, trying to pick it off. Good check by Brown as Kevin was almost there to make a break. Seven able to pick up the ring. Seven to Henderson. Henderson out in front to Fevin. Fevin with a shot. Nystrom comes across. Great save. Henderson behind the net. Nope, throws it out to Brown on the side. Good play. Wide open there is Burst. Nope, goes over to Hemstreet. Hemstreet makes a move and gets it up to Brewster. Brewster with the ring now. So quick-paced action here, coast to coast for both teams. Brewster trying to get a reset. Rule lost the ring, doesn't know where it is. It's in her pads and lucky just to keep it out. Brewster trying to get a reset. Somehow got under the pad. But the ring stayed out. Am I in the way?
But it's in that corner, yeah.
Sorry, just getting in the way of the camera here, trying to set up my angle. So Rath getting the ring now. Aaron Ung taking the shot, saw an opening. Gruel made the save. And Henderson with the ring is going to skate it out to Ketsa. Oh, big check there on Dabahi. Will is going to get a penalty. So first penalty of the game. They send the goalie to the bench, so they're trying to get a specific skater out. Kajbak comes out. And now Dabahi with it. Dabahi, Kajbak. Over to Drager. Drager takes the shot. Doesn't get through traffic. Deflected wide, running out of time. And the shot clock is going to expire as Sauvé touches it. So Will is going to go to the penalty box. 2 minutes at least. I don't think it's going to be a 4.
Was it 4? Warning?
Yeah. 2-minute call against Will. So WAM are going to be on the power play. They're discussing it. I kind of felt there was a bit of a
4 minutes there?
I don't know. Could have been, but intentional. If it's an intentional penalty, then they usually give them 4. But looks like they talked about it. They're just going to keep it to 2. So Krochak setting up, finding Drager open in the corner. Boarding. Drager dropping it to Ketsa. Ketsa trying to go around and it's a crease violation against Lamb. So nice defense there by Murray, closing the angle off of Krochak. And now Ung with it. Ung up to Anderson. Anderson has a lane but can't find Wheeler. She was under pressure. Throwing it in deep, hits a skate of number 18 there. Oh, that's going to be another call. So Rath getting into penalty trouble yet again. Not able to contain their emotions. Wheeler is going to take it for slashing or tripping and a 2-player advantage for WAM. So this happened exactly around this time yesterday against Rage. Rath got into penalty trouble and Rage was able to capitalize yesterday, so we'll see what happens today. So it's a 3-on-2. WAM are going to put 3 in, taking a big shot. Nystrom with the save. A high toss out to Armstrong. Armstrong has to get rid of it quickly. Has 2 checkers on. She's going to skate it behind the net. Turn around backwards. Armstrong runs into a wall though, and big shot gets a good save by Nystrom. Wide open, Nystrom gets across. Henderson with the chance. So a full minute, 10 seconds on a 2-player advantage. Still 35 seconds in on the first penalty to Will. Henderson to Ketsa. Ketsa back to Henderson. Henderson faking the shot. Hazel and Armstrong there. Drager sees an opening, takes the shot. And Hazel's going to put it in the crease. Now over to Armstrong. Armstrong's going to throw it around the boards. Hazel wasn't quite ready for it. They're tired. They need a change. But still 10 seconds on the first penalty to the Rath. takes the shot, tries to get the pass over, WAM missing it. Henderson not being able to connect. Meyer had a chance to stab the ring and just walks right by it. Was looking at the clock instead of the ring there as the penalty was expiring. So now it's back to 4 on, and how is that not a call, you might wonder? A good check there by both players as Tagback settles things down. So it's back to 5 on 4 for WAM. Dabahi with the ring. Dabahi finds an open. I'm not sure who that was, but nice for able to make the save there. Still Armstrong stuck in the defensive zone. She needs a change. She's been out for the full 2 minutes as Brown gets checked. Now Meyer smartly throws it down to two players as they lets the D change. Not sure why the Rath didn't do that about 30 seconds ago, but they were trapped in their own zone and couldn't get the ring out. So great save by Nystrom, not letting WAM go up by 2 on that 2-player advantage. Hopefully WAM or Rath able to pick up a bit of momentum, killing the penalty.
Sometimes the replay works, sometimes it doesn't.
I'll move on this side.
Now it's there.
That way the camera angle won't get me. Yeah. All right, so pretty high-paced action in the first quarter. Rath got into a bit of penalty trouble, but able to withstand the WAM pressure, keeping it within 1 here going into the second quarter. So definitely WAM carried the second half of that first quarter. Well, it's pretty even to start the quarter, and then WAM running away with it with all the Rath penalties. All right, so WAM starting with the ring. Looks like Dabahi going to take it. No, they faked it. 19, sorry. Lee took it, then sent it out to Dabahi. Now in deep, Ung had a chance, couldn't put a stick on it. Arlinghouse able to pick it up off the boards. Pass over to Tajbak. Side of the net for Arlinghouse. Arlinghouse had a bounce off a skate, able to recover. Arlinghouse with the ring out in front, just trying to get a reset. Ung fighting. Ung able to come away with it. Sends it up to Murray. Murray in trouble against Ryan York. Murray finds Hemstreet. Nice pass. And now Anderson with it. Anderson with the ring, taking it behind the net. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Drops it for Gillespie. Gillespie over to nice play by the defender there, and WAM putting their stick down, preventing that pass. That was Dabahi. I believe she was an all-star at CRC's. Now back to Dabahi with it. Dabahi in the offensive zone for Lee. WAM settling things down in the offensive zone. Drager with the ring. Oh no, sorry, that wasn't Drager, that was Shanann. Shanann to Henderson. Henderson with a big shot from high in the zone is able to beat Nystrom in the far corner. So WAM up by 2. Hazel kicking it out to Sauvé. Nice play by Sauvé. Backhand pass for Wheeler. Wheeler driving in. Gets a chance. Gruel is down. I'm not sure how Gruel fell over. Ung with it now. The shot goes 5-hole. Gruel able to make the save. So Rath with a bit of intensity now that they're down by 2. They're feeling the pressure a little bit as they get a good chance. And Gruel unable to play the ring in 5 seconds, so it's going to cause a turnover. Rath is going to pick up the ring in the offensive zone. Wheeler with it. Wheeler finds an opening, takes the shot. Gruel there to make the save. And a long toss out, picked up by Mitsuka. Man, nice high fly in there as Mitsuka and Fevin teamed up. Cleaned the whole ice in 10 seconds or less. I don't know. Driving to the net was Fevin. Fevin got the shot off. Not much there, and Nystrom able to save it. Now a nice play by Hazel, dropping it to Wheeler. Wheeler looking for somebody open. Can't find anybody. Just carries it over, and that'll draw a whistle most days. So it's going to go back into the offensive zone for WAM. Drager starting with it. 10:49 left in the second quarter. Picking it over to Henderson. Henderson picks it up off the boards. Nice set pick play by Ketsa. Didn't get much of a shot off, and they called 4 in. So WAM were trying a nifty kind of shift play with the players in the neutral, the behind the ringette line, but it didn't work out. That time as they got caught 4 in. So it's going to be a Rath ring at center ice. I think that's Murray starting with it for the Rath. Murray over to Hazel. No, Burst. Burst dropping it for Will. Will trying to find an opening, sending it deep in the corner for Brewster. Brewster wide open. So that's a nice entry there. Wide open is Burst. Burst couldn't get the shot off. All over to Brewster. Brewster gets a huge check off of Drager and loses the ring and her footing. Loose ring in neutral ice. Murray lets it come into the defensive zone, but it's rolling and she can't stab it. 2 WAM players there, and they're going to say that WAM was in second, so it's going to go into WAM possession in the offensive zone. So that looks like Ryan York over to Tajbak. Tajbak with the ring is going to cycle behind the net. Over side of the net for Ryan York. Ryan York. Dropping it for Arlinghouse. Arlinghouse finds a lane, takes the shot, misses the net. Collected by Ryan York. Ryan York with a big shot. No reset there, so it's going to be a shot clock violation. And Nystrom with the ring, drops it behind the net for Armstrong. Armstrong fakes it. Now finds a wide open Hemstreet, but Hemstreet can't stab it. As that causes a turnover, and WAM able to jump on it immediately. Now Hemstreet with the ring. Hemstreet up to Ung. Ung looking for Anderson. Anderson has a lane, fakes it, takes the shot, and misses top corner. What a chance for Anderson there. And that's going to be a tripping call against Hazel as she had her stick out and caught Shanann. So Ferry now with the ring for the WAM as they go 4 in. Wide open is Shanann at the side of the net. Shanann. Backhand pass to Drager. Drager can't field it cleanly. Grabs it off the boards. Big shot from far. And Nystrom shuts the door, and Rath is going in the box for their 3rd penalty of the game. Hazel this time for tripping. Shanann's going to start with it in the offensive zone for WAM.
What was that, 16?
Hazel, 14. Fevin with the ring. Fevin drops it to Shanann. Shanann takes the shot. Nystrom saw it all the way. Good save. Nystrom puts it behind the net for Rock. Rock had to go back for it. Sends it around the boards to Will. Will's going to pick it up and get checked. Able to get it out to center. Sauvé with it. Sauvé dropping it to Rock. Rock looking for an opening. Sees Meyer. Meyer had a bit of pressure on. Unable to pick up the ring. Now it's out to center ice for Shanann. Shanann drop pass to Mitsuka. Mitsuka Goes into the offensive zone. Henderson in front of the net. No pass there. Now behind the net to Henderson, and ring is deflected all the way back out to neutral ice. Playing with it. Shanann trying to take the shot from center ice. Nystrom able to make the save, but I'm not sure why Will had to protect that. The ring was in the crease. But Will felt the defender was going to break the plane or something and went into the crease herself. Drager now starting up with it in the offensive zone, sending it over to Ketsa. Ketsa circling around. Over to Krochak. Krochak circling back. Drop pass to Drager. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now 6 now. Drager makes a move. Takes the shot. Nystrom making the save. 3 WAM players in front of the net, and Nystrom didn't know Murray was behind. So a bit of a miscommunication there by the Rath is going to cause a 5-second violation, and the ring's going to go right back to the WAM. So bit of a change. On comes Armstrong and Brown for the Rath. Shot made. Armstrong blocks it, drives right into the wall of Drager, and goes nowhere. Drager says, try again. So that was a frozen ring. So it goes back to the WAM again in the offensive zone. Krochak with it. Krochak finds Drager. Nice move. Nystrom with another save, and Brown breaks the plane of the crease. So it's another crease violation against Rath. So WAM getting a lot of chances here in the offensive zone as the Rath struggle to break out. 14 seconds, 12 seconds left on the penalty to Hazel. And that's Arlinghouse. Arlinghouse gets tripped up. No, just fell over, the ref said. Arlinghouse back to Ryan York. Ryan York over to Arlinghouse. That was a missed stab. The penalty is over. Rath are back up to even strength. Arlinghouse with a shot. Goes off a skate, and that's a crease violation against WAM. Is going to send the ring to the goaltender. Nystrom kicking it out to Armstrong. Armstrong now flying up, gets it to Hazel. No, Hazel can't. Oh no, that was Wheeler. Wheeler missed it and goes right to the bench. Not sure if she did something there to her skate, but WAM in control in the neutral ice. Ferry with it. Ferry over to Lee. Lee gets it up to Shanann. Shanann fakes backhand and then takes the shot. I don't know how that ended up behind the net, but now a backhand shot. Nystrom there to make the save. Rath kick it into the crease. Nystrom sends it to Armstrong. Armstrong winding up. Finds Sauvé at center ice. Long pass into Brewster. Brewster able to pick it off, and so I believe the WAM player actually stabbed it at the same time, so that's why it wasn't a tripping call. It's because actually both sticks were in the ring there. So even though Brewster got tripped up, it was a legitimate battle. Lee now with it. Shanann. Shanann up for Fevin, but Will able to cut that off. Now Gillespie waits for Brewster. Brewster in the offensive zone. Brewster dropping it to Hemstreet. Hemstreet back to Gillespie. Gillespie over to Hemstreet. 4:46 left in the first half. Hemstreet trying to get it across, and they're going to call a penalty against Lee for a bit of body on Hemstreet there. So WAM's first penalty of the game. Lee doesn't know it's against her. Oh no, they're calling it against Shanann. She didn't know it was against her either. I thought it was against Lee, but 2 minutes for body contact. WAM getting their first penalty of the game. Nystrom going to the bench, so Rath are going to send 4 in. That's an interesting move. Down by 2 goals. Are they going to bounce? Probably just going to bounce. So as soon as WAM gets control, Nystrom probably going to run out. But the net is empty right now. Rath trying to capitalize. And WAM pushing out far. And, 2 lines against Ketsa there as she was laughing. Knew she couldn't touch it, but touched it anyways. Was it a carryover or 2 lines? It should go into the offensive zone if it was carry. Or yeah, it was 2 lines. So is Rath going to do this again? So WAM's just pushing out really far, which should work to Rath's advantage if they can get a player in. Open. That's Meyer with it. Meyer over to Ung to Sauvé. Nice chance. Nystrom should be running out here, but no. WAM throwing it away. Right back to Ung. So Nystrom's going to stay on the bench. Empty net for Rath. Sauvé, side of the net, gives it away. Nope. Ung able to pick it up. Now into the crease area. Brown there to pick it off. In the corner. Brown across. Shot by Ung. Just missed. Gruel got a piece of that. Nice save by Gruel. Now Ung with it to Sauvé, and WAM are going to pick it off. Crease violation against WAM. So now WAM having trouble breaking out of their zone, but they're able to get a change here. As it's going to be a Rath ring in the offensive zone. So Rath able to put on this extra pressure, but it's not resulting in a goal. They've got some good chances though. Now Rath 4 in again. Sending it across. Now WAM in control. Nystrom racing out, and the carryover again by WAM. Henderson couldn't get rid of it as she crossed the blue line, so WAM just having a bit of a time here getting out of their zone. So Brewster's going to take a look. Sends it over to Wheeler, back to Brewster. Now in tight for Wheeler. Wheeler makes a move, takes the shot, and it's a goalie ring in the mesh, so Rath should get out of the zone, and Nystrom is on the ice, but close to the bench at the ringette line. High toss into the corner for Ryan York. Ryan York with it. Nystrom back in the net. 3 minutes left in the first half. 23 seconds left in the penalty to Shanann. Ryan York with the ring at center ice. Able to get it up to Krochak. Krochak gets to the ring net, and just what a smart play. He had nobody to pass to, so just threw it at the goaltender to get a reset and able to recover her own rebound. So a full 30 seconds on the clock. The penalty to Shanann is now over, and the Rath are even strength. Tajback takes the shot. Nystrom makes the save. Behind the net for Hazel. Hazel with it. I'm sorry. Did I step on you? Sorry about that. We got some action here. Debahi now. Shanann up to Arlinghouse. No. Back to Shanann. Shanann's got it on both sides. Gillespie couldn't find it. Shanann was guarding the ring. Not sure you're allowed to actually guard it like that, but ref didn't call a penalty, just called Shanann touched it on both sides, I think is the call. Well, Nystrom well out of her net. I'm not sure if they're planning to pull her to go 4 in here. Ung throwing it in deep for Ung. So Rachel Ung to Aaron Ung, and yes, Nystrom is on the bench. They're going to go 4 in. Wide open is Sauvé, but Sauvé can't stab the pass. Now Ung can't pick it up cleanly. Takes it off the boards. Ung to Sauvé. Sauvé misses again. Able to recover. Takes the shot, gets the reset. The ring comes out. And now this is number 18. WAM with the ring. Nystrom back on the ice, not in her net though. Great check by Sauvé. Sauvé able to turn it over from WAM. Sauvé couldn't get a shot off. Now has to wait and set up as Brown comes in. Brown and Wheeler. Wheeler in, takes a shot and scores! What a move! Wheeler roofs it as Brule went down, and Wheeler roofed it off the backhand. What a good shot. With 1:07 left in the first half, Rath get to within 1. Henderson now with it. Henderson to Ferry. Ferry back to Henderson, wide open on the wing. As Fevin now has it. Fevin over to Drager. Nice poke check by Wheeler. Wheeler able to turn it over, but was checked up. Rock centers it. That's Murray. Murray tripped up, and that's going to be a penalty. As Henderson was pretty emphatic on the check there. So now WAM getting into a bit of penalty trouble. I imagine Nystrom's going to go to the bench again. Or are they just, now that they're within 1, they're going to... Yeah, no, Nystrom heads to the bench. So they're going to go Florian yet again. Try to equalize this thing with 41 seconds left in the first half. Anderson dropping it for Gillespie. Gillespie picking it up. Gillespie circling behind the boards. Gillespie to Hemstreet. Hemstreet across to Anderson. That was about 6 feet away from her. Anderson have to go back to pick it up. Now over to Brown. Brown with it. In for Anderson. Anderson got a nice shot. Brule made the save. Hemstreet across to Brown. Brown taking the shot from a good save by Brule. And now a high toss. Rath's really struggling to get there. Nystrom off the bench, heading to her net. And that's a 2-line pass as that'll end the first half. So Rath putting on the pressure there at the end. WAM able to hold on, keep it at 1-goal lead. So scoring summary is WAM up 2-1 over the Rath. Henderson's going to have to finish the penalty. 1:18 left on the clock in the second half. So take a break, grab a drink, and we'll see you in about 15 minutes or so after the flood.
Right?
Or are you streaming still?
Oh, I'm streaming still.
Something's just weird with this.
I know, it's angled, eh?
Well, there's pins, and the pins aren't lined up. I don't know why. I was trying to fix it, but
Yeah, you're right out of it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to your handle there.
Well, there's pins, so
I have no...
So just, no, wait. You just gotta take it
I can see him, I was lined up. Here, let me take this out.
So if it gets too loose, the pins will kind of come out, I guess. I might have loosened it too much when I was transiting. So now it's straight. Sorry about that.
Oh, don't be sorry. Thank you. That's all right.
Good.
Okay, bands, we're going to do a little ring toss for three of our Calgary Rath athletes, Maddie Gillespie, Cindy Roth, and Ashley Anderson. Each have a ring, and they're going to toss it to the loudest fan in the stands that they see. They're
haven't got this on. Should I turn it on?
There you go, guys.
Aaron last time must have had his mic down here. He was already here.
Oh, okay.
Because I checked it this morning.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys can hear me. We're back. About a minute left in halftime here, but the players are about to start coming out as the Zamboni just exited the ice. No, that's fine. Oh, yeah. I can see over. Lots of people here today, so it's a pretty packed arena. Almost all the seats are filled up. Rath are back on the bench now to start the second half. Need to get one more to tie the WAM up, 2-1. Probably have a bit of an advantage here as WAM still has to kill about a minute 20 or a minute 18 of a penalty. So it'll be interesting to see if Rath decides to pull their goalie and go aggressive in this situation with a player in the box, or was that just kind of an end of the half situation?
Didn't WAM have a penalty?
Yeah.
Should have charged.
Yeah. All right, Henderson heading back to the penalty box there to start the second half. Looks like Drager and Ketza are coming on. Ferry and number 14, Henderson. Rath will start with the ring at center ice. Like the Young sisters are out with Armstrong, M Street, and Sauvé hiding out behind the WAM net. So let's see what the Rath do here with a player up. Minute 12. Sending it in deep to the corner, picked up by Sauvé. Sauvé sneaking out from behind the net. Cross pass for Ung, and she was tripped up. Looked like ran into Sauvé there, actually. So Rath on a offensive play, run into each other, and WAM is quick to set up in the offensive zone. Drager with it now. Oh, Wheeler reached in there. Could have been a penalty, or did Drager come out? No call. Drager trying to find Ketza in close, and ring ends up in the crease, so Nystrom's going to kick it out to Hung. Hung up the left-hand side, sees Wheeler open. Wheeler grabbing the ring through center, sending it into the corner for Gillespie. Gillespie has Debahi, but Gillespie able to break free and puts the ring into traffic. Wasn't turned over. Now Rath able to recover. Now Gillespie throws it into traffic again. Doesn't work. And WAM with a nice check, able to pick up the ring. And now Brown has to go into their own zone to pick up one to beat. Brown finds Gillespie at center ice, wide open. Gillespie cross ice to Hazel. Hazel loses the ring, didn't know it was off her stick, and luckily nobody there. Gillespie able to get a reset from behind the net. The ring comes out to Meyer. Meyer tried to take a shot, and then there was a big collision. So WAM are back up to even strength, but now somebody's getting a penalty. I'm not sure who. Hazel. I didn't see that. But now Rath are down by a player as Hazel's going to get 2 for body contact. That's Taj back with the ring now. Sends it over to Ryan York. Arlinghouse in front of the net. Ryan York taking it behind the net. Ryan York drops it for Arlinghouse. Arlinghouse through the crease. Took the shot and missed the net. What a chance there for Arlinghouse as she couldn't believe she was all alone in front of the net. Now a shot blocked by Will. Will finds Burst. Burst can't stick it cleanly, and WAM sends it back in. Will able to pick it off, but comes off her stick. Will not sure where it is. Will whacking away at it. Rath have to be careful not to get another call. They don't want to go down 2 players at this point of the game. Shot. Nystrom got a piece of it. And a crease violation against WAM. I didn't see who went in, but ref blew it down almost immediately. Rock runs into trouble. Back passes to Will. Will reaching for it. Cycles back. Rath have nobody in the neutral zone. It's tough to make a pass with nobody there, but now it goes to the WAM players, and WAM set up again. Ryan York with it. Shanann. Shanann's going to slow things down, try to set something up. Missed Fevin on the pass. Crease violation against Rath. Delayed call here. The WAM still in control. Drop the pass to Fevin. Fevin gets the shot off. Nice reset there. I believe that was a reset shot. Shanann had a wide open ring to pick up. Rock and Fevin, no, Rock and Anderson battling in the corner. Henderson. The ring went into the crease. Shanann reached it in. And no, they're going to call it against Will. They said Will went in. So 11 seconds left in the penalty to Hazel. WAM sitting up with a fresh set of legs and fresh clock. Henderson with the ring. Henderson, top of the ringette line, taking the shot. Nystrom makes the save. Loose ring picked up by Henderson. It was a battle for it. Now back to even strength. So 5-on-5 as Henderson drops it to Shanann. Shanann into the corner. Shanann backhand. Henderson wide open. Murray converges, able to knock her off the ring as Fevin picks it up. Now a loose ring. Henderson walks in front of the net. Broke the plane of the crease, so it's going to go to Nystrom. Nystrom sends it out to Ung. WAM are content to set up a neutral ice as the Rath are... WAM was setting up a change, and Rath going to draw a penalty. 2 minutes for tripping. As Sauvé fell over. Prochat got it this time, so Rath going up on the power play. Ung kicks it out to Meyer. Meyer drops it to Sauvé. Sauvé's going to drop. Nope, she keeps it. Tries the fake and gets it knocked off her stick. Able to pick it up in the corner. Sauvé driving through. Gets it to Ung. Ung! One-timer. Somehow beats Gruel at the sharp angle. I thought Gruel saved that, but it deflected off the pad and went into the top of the net. Rath with the power play goal. Able to tie it up. Well, we're back up to even. Big check there by the Rath. They turn it over. Anderson with it, and Gillespie double teamed the WAM player. I didn't see who that was, and now Hemstreet with it. Hemstreet drops it to Anderson. Anderson trying to break in. Has it go up a skate. Drager there. can't get there. There's a bit of an opening. Gillespie looking for something. Out in front for Anderson. Anderson takes the shot, just misses. Shot clock about to expire. And they got the shot off, but Drager able to pick up the loose ring. That might be a penalty against Brown. So WAM going to go up on the power play now as Brown is going to be the recipient of a delayed penalty call for tripping. .7:22 left in the third quarter. Ryan York with the ring now for the WAM in the offensive zone. I think Henderson in front of the net. Kajbak sees a lane, takes a shot. Nystrom saved it with the shoulder. Now high pass out to Wheeler. Wheeler can't field it. Ryan York jumps on it. Ryan York circling around, taking it to the side. Can't find an angle, dropping it for Kajbak. Kajbak takes a swipe at it, gets a reset, and is able to recover the ring off the backboard. Now Debahi jumping in. Debahi to Ryan York with a big shot. Nystrom makes the save, but didn't know where it was. It was behind her skate, just outside the crease. Arlinghouse able to nab that before the Rath found it. Arlinghouse kicks it out to Ryan York. Ryan York with a shot off of Arlinghouse's skate and into the corner. Rath gets tripped up. Wheeler comes in to help out. It's a garage sale in the corner as two WAM players are down. Now up to Hemstreet. Hemstreet slowing things down in the offensive zone. No forwards there as the Rath are changing, it looks like. Yeah, Rath forgot they were on a penalty. And Meyer having a chance there to whack in the rebound. Gruel able to make the save, and I think Lamb is getting a penalty. So I didn't see there was a delayed penalty call. Rath were almost too many players on the ice as they sent out 5 there in a bit of confusion, but the refs didn't see it. So now it's going to be 4-on-4 ringette. Two minutes for tripping. I'm not sure what player that is. Number 11 for WAM. Arlinghouse got it. So now it's 4-on-4 ringette. A lot of space out there for the players. Henderson and from Murray. Good pressure by Murray, causing the turnover here. Burst with it. Burst does a drop pass that Ung came back to pick up. Now Burst to Ung. Ung on the drive here, gets it across to Hemstreet, and Hemstreet's going to slow things down, take it out of the zone, and then quickly head back in there. 7 seconds left on the penalty to Brown, and then Rath will be on a power play. Meyer with a big shot. I don't think the goalie got a piece of it. And now, smart play by Sauvé as she got the ring off on net with 1 second left, and looked like WAM was going to recover that, but because the shot clock went, it goes back to the Rath. Ung with it. Ung back to Sauvé. Nystrom still in the net. Ung has to come all the way out of the zone to pick that one up. Now Hazel driving it in. Hazel to Meyer. Meyer missed. Sauvé comes in to pick it off. Sauvé with it. Dodges. Gets it to Meyer. Meyer wide open, and she scores! Meyer faked out Gruel. And another power play goal for the Rath. Give them the first lead of the game. 3-2 with 4:54 left in the third quarter. Another power play goal for the Rath, so that's 2 power play goals. Lamb with the ring now. Henderson sending it in deep. Rock's going to get there first. Has to dodge some checks. Finds Brown. Brown able to find Wheeler. Wheeler can't pick it off. There's a hot pass, and now it's a one-on-one as Drager falls over. Now she's up and ready to put some pressure on. Nystrom puts it to the corner. Ketsa there. Brown finds it first. Koleski has Anderson. Anderson into the corner. Anderson around the net is pressured quite closely by Debahi. Drop pass to Hemstreet. Debahi read it perfectly, but Hemstreet's still able to pick up the ring. Hemstreet runs into Drager, and Drager with that long reach is able to reset the Rath. And now it's going to be the WAM at center ice. Krochak looking for a streaking Lee. Lee gets into the zone with the wing behind the net. Hotly pursued by Gillespie. Out in front. And Drager setting up in front of the net. With Ketsa has the ring behind the net. Ketsa drop pass to Ryan York. Ryan York takes the shot, and they're going to call that a penalty. Murray's going to get it. Murray's going to get it for tripping, I think. .333 left in the third period. Third quarter, sorry. What? All right. Oh, nice shot there by Kazbak. Nystrom made a good save. Kicks it out to Armstrong behind the net. Armstrong runs into a wall. Passes to Ung. Over to Armstrong. Armstrong has nobody to pass to. Has to skate back behind her own net. Armstrong runs into Arlinghouse. Armstrong. And that was a really interesting call. They called it a move it or lose it. Hashback sees the opening, gets the shot off, and that has to be a crease violation against somebody. They called it against Hazel. Good save by Nystrom. Now Ryan York with the ring for WAM. Ryan York circling, passing it across for Kashbak. Has to pick it up off the boards. Wide open, nice play. Arlinghouse fakes the shot, takes it, and they're going to call another penalty against the Rath. So. Rath are going to WAM are going to get another two-player advantage for a minute 4 here with 2:39 left in the quarter. Drager on the ice for the WAM. Ketsa, and I believe Henderson. M Street got the penalty. Not sure what the problem is, but the ref is saying there's an issue with something. Maybe there's some time gone on the clock. Oh, the score was wrong. No. Well, now the score is wrong. Not sure what's going on here. Oh, this is going to be a while. So apparently everything was going up on the wrong side here, so now they got to switch it. So like they had the score 3-2 in favor of home, but WAM is actually home, even though we're playing in Calgary here. So the ref has told the timekeeper to make the changes and switch everything over to the proper side. So it's going to be a second here as it is. Things were going up on the wrong side. Almost got it. I think if we get this next penalty to hem Street up, and we should be ready to go. No, we're guests actually. So we're guests. Yeah. So he had it wrong previously. Yeah.
So is there a penalty for
Hem Street.
they have 3 penalties up here. That's wrong. Could we be a first?
Oh man, Jeremy, poor timekeeper there.
What's that Jeremy guy? Feel free to tell the audience that Jeremy Gillespie is doing an awesome job over there.
Yikes. So I think the ref actually went in to help the scorekeeper there. But that was a big play there. So now it's a 3-on-2. Drager into Henderson. Henderson now back to Drager. Drager scored just like that. So Rath in a penalty trouble, needs to stay out of the box because the WAM are deadly on the power play, especially when they get a 2-player advantage. So 3-3 and still 1:50 to kill. That took 10 seconds, that goal. As Drager, wicked shot to beat Nystrom over the top. And Myers just going to throw it in deep, and WAM setting up. Oh, Myers got to be careful here. WAM don't want to take another penalty. It's still got 1:30 to kill on the penalty to Hem Street. Rath has to be careful here. Henderson now with the ring. Henderson over to Sanan. Sanan with a big shot. Nystrom got a piece of it. WAM able to pick it up behind the net. I think that's Fevin with the ring. Fevin now. Fevin checked, able to hang on, skates it around, takes the shot, and they're going to call a crease violation against Rath. I don't know who they're calling a crease violation because everybody touched the ring. Ung sends it up, and Ung tripped up by Henderson. And a tripping call is going to send Henderson to the box. Might be a hat trick for Henderson, although it might have been there's two Hendersons. So. Wheeler with the ring in the offensive zone. Rath looking to recover from that 3-on-2 opportunity. Sauvé with it. Sauvé takes it out of the zone, skates it back in. Drives to the triangle, takes the shot, gets it off. Oh, Brown had a chance and just missed as the ring wiggled out of the crease. And Gruel able to recover. Gruel kicks it out the left side. Now Debahi with it. Debahi banking it off the boards to Drager. Drager all alone takes the shot and scores. Drager scoring the hat trick, I think. Finding the mail slot on all three goals, I think. Just deadly in tight, especially with nobody checking her. So that was technically not sure why the penalties were cleared because that was an even strength goal. So still 25 seconds on the penalty to Hemstreet, and it'll be like a minute. A minute and some to Henderson, I think. Well, Rath down by a goal here in the dying minute of the third quarter, as I don't know why both penalties were cleared there. Rath down in the hole here. Out to Hazel. Hazel over to Gillespie. Gillespie to Brewster. Brewster finds a lane, gets it into the zone. Wang chasing her. Drop pass to Gillespie. Rath are still, it's 4-on-4 here, so short a player. Rock faking the shot, looking for an opening over to Brewster. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Shot is off and blocked by Wham, and then Gruel able to pick it up. Wang sending it over to Shanann. Shanann off the boards, nice pass. Cash back. Frozen ring there by the Rath is going to cause a turnover. As there's 17 seconds left in the quarter, 47 seconds left in the penalty to Henderson. And the Rath down by 1. Will over to Gillespie. Gillespie is checked by Arlinghouse. Gillespie getting it into Will. Nice short pass. Will finds Anderson. Anderson drop pass to Gillespie. That was well out of her reach. Has to go back for it. Quick shot by Anderson. Rebound there. And that was the end of the period. 30 seconds of the penalty to Henderson is going to carry over into the fourth quarter here. pretty exciting quarter there. Is according to the scorekeepers, the shots are 32-20 in favor of WAM. Could be right. WAM definitely having a lot more chances than the Rath. So WAM starting with the ring. They're short a player. They're going to send Arlinghouse in deep behind the net. They're going to run a fake play. Lee's just going to throw it into Arlinghouse. Arlinghouse able to grab it. Arlinghouse beats Will and streaks to the net, runs out of room and takes it behind now. Arlinghouse with a shot and score, beats her 5-hole. Short-handed goal for the WAM, as that was not what the Rath were hoping for to start the fourth quarter. Now they're in a 2-goal hole again, but they were able to come back once, so looking to pick up the pace here and turn it over again. Burst now with it. Burst drops it to Armstrong. Armstrong back to Burst. Burst in. Lee, that was Lee, intercepted that passing attempt. Now Hemstreet to Burst. Burst to Brewster. Nowhere near her. DeBahi's going to be able to pick that off. DeBahi throws it back into the net area. Lee grabs it behind. And Lee's got to circle around and set up. Arlinghouse taken down, and they're going to call Hemstreet. Hemstreet just got onto the ice, I think, and she must have a snack in the box or something, but because she ran right back in. I think it was her in the box not too long ago. So 12:09 left in the game, down by 2. Rath are short-handed here. There's Shanann with the ring. Shanann behind the net, circles back, doesn't like what she sees. Backhand shot off a skate. Nystrom had to be quick on that. Was able to make the save, and now WAM with the fresh clock setting up again. Henderson with it. Henderson over to Shanann. Shanann with a big ripper. Missed the net. Fevin grabbing the rebound off the boards. Fevin checked off the ring. It comes all the way to the line. Kept in by Henderson. Henderson makes a move on Sauvé. And now Fevin with it. Fevin taking a shot through Hazel's legs. Nystrom made the save. Another fresh clock for WAM as they're able to recover. Ferry now jumping into the play. Ferry dropping it behind the net. Henderson, I think. Henderson behind the back for Drager. Drager looking for another opening here to weave in. And scores from the top of the circle. Drager is just the knife's edge to Nystrom here, as everything she's throwing at the net is going in. 6-3, power play goal for WAM, so that'll bring it back to 5-on-5. Timeout by the Rath. They're going to try to talk things over and settle things down here, as I believe it's been 4 unanswered goals by the WAM. The Rath were up 3-2, and now it's 6-3. All right, so WAM is playing man on. Rath is a little caught off guard by that. Gillespie with the ring has to move it, throws it. No one there to pick it up. Drager able to get in there first, so WAM are away. Well, WAM not taking the 3-goal lead lightly. They're putting on full pressure to start. Rock falls over. No, there was no trip there. She just fell over. Ketsa, side of the net. Nystrom able to put a pad down. And Nystrom not able to find an open player before 5 seconds is up. So WAM will get a fresh ring in the offensive zone. Tajbak with it. Sends it over to Tabahi. Tabahi jumping into the play, now out of the zone, back in. Tabahi over for Arlinghouse. Tajbak jumps in. Nice check by Wheeler, able to reach around and disrupt the play, and now they're going to call a penalty on WAM. That's interesting. Sauvé with it. So Rath are definitely going to try to go 4 in here. Sauvé just walks into the wall, able to keep it there. Good pass over to Wheeler. Wheeler couldn't find the ring though. Now picks it up off the board. Now no for Sauvé. 8 seconds on the clock. They have 4 in, able to get the reset. Anderson with the ring, loses it on a check. Gillespie over to Wheeler. Wheeler drops it to Anderson. Anderson looking for a lane, finds a slight opening, but a great stick by the defender, able to break that up, and now it's going to come out of the zone as the Rath can't seem to connect on that 4-on-3. And now the call, I didn't see who it was. Oh, the ref falls over. Cleans the ice over there. Tripping is the call against WAM, back on the offensive zone there a while ago. So Rath, down by 3, are pulling their goalie again. So they're going to go 4 in. But they don't even want 5 players on the ice. Now they got 5 players. Rooster into Murray to Hemstreet. Hemstreet with a shot blocked by Burst. Still 4 in. Takes the shot, misses on the far side. Shot clock down to 3 seconds. Rooster with a shot, and it's deflected off of somebody. I think that was deflected off a defender. I'm not actually sure, but it bumps up over Gruel, who is down for the save, and Rath gets a lucky break there on that shot. Coming to within 2, so the pulling the goalie worked there for the Rath, but now they got 2 more to catch up here. Mitsuka over to Shannon. Shannon has 3 on and just throws it in. Meyer able to pick it off. Off the boards to Armstrong. Armstrong tripped up. No call. As I think it was just a big scrum for the ring. Lang with it now, and a bit of a collision there at center ice. Ung is able to find it. Ung in trouble, has to throw it away, and it bounces off Meyer's skate. WAM able to pick it off. Deep into the zone. Rath there to grab the loose ring, but Shannon checking hard. Meyer with it. Meyer up to Armstrong at center ice. Armstrong finds Gillespie off the bench. Gillespie takes it through the triangle and gets lifted by the sticks of Drager. Man, it's tons of stick there. Anderson over to, who was that? Wheeler. Wheeler missed on the one-timer. Great opportunity there. Brown with it. Brown across, trying to pass it to Gillespie. It was wide open, but good interception there. I think Rule got a piece of it. Now Wheeler with it. Wheeler finds, Gillespie was open for a second. Drager converged and made a great defensive play to break that up. So Rath pressing here, but WAM picking up too. They're going to call that. Hazel's going back to the box for the Rath, as you can't use your body to bump the player into the boards. So 6:52 left in the fourth quarter. Rath are going to be shorthanded again. WAM up by 2 goals. There's Ketsa with it. Ketsa skating behind the Rath net. WAM want to play the clock here. They give it away, and Burse able to give it right back to the WAM player. Krochak on the break, takes the shot. Nystrom with a great save. Crease violation on the defender of Rath is going to send the ring back to WAM. WAM tag back over to Debahi. Debahi back to center ice. Lee with it. And if I was WAM, I would just be using every second of the clock now with a 2-goal lead and 6 minutes left. Rock bounces it off the boards to Burse. Burse caught flat-footed. Sends it over to Murray. Murray now bounces it off the boards to Rock. Rock trying to drive into the offensive zone. Gets it in there, now leaves it for Hemstreet. Hemstreet takes the shot, gets a reset. Not sure how that was, as the Rule must have extended behind the net. Ung with it. Ung checked hard, falls over. Now Meyer comes in to help out. Meyer back to Rooster. They're going 4 in, so no. I thought they were going 4 in, but Rooster backhand shot gets the reset. Thought they pulled the goalie with shorthanded, but they didn't. Rooster back to Will. Will can't stab it. Ryan York picks it off. Now it's a race to the ring. Ung is hauled down. Will across the ice for Ung. 6 seconds left on the penalty to Hazel. So Rath able to kill that penalty, but they still need 2 goals here. So hopefully that gives them some momentum. Meyer caught behind the net. Smart play by WAM to throw in the checkers as the forwards are changing. Shot by Anderson, blocked by Debahi, and picked off by Shannon. Shannon now with the ring, taking it up. Anderson got a stick on it, but can't touch it, both sides. Wheeler is checked. Now Henderson in the WAM is all. And unsportsmanlike conduct for Shannon, as she checked Wheeler after the play. So Rath are going to pull their goalie now on the power play, trying to get 2 again here late in the fourth like they did in the second. 4:22 left in the game. It's a 2-minute penalty. Brown starting with it, sends it over to Hemstreet. Hemstreet back to Brown. Brown over to Ung. Ung with a shot, runs off a skate. Brown able to recover. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Drop pass over across to Ung. Ung wide open, backhand shot. Rule makes a clutch save off his shoulder, as Hemstreet able to check that. But a crease violation, delayed crease violation against the Rath, sends the ring right back. So Nystrom off the bench, back in the net. 2-line pass. Cannot be collected by WAM. Armstrong able to grab it. Armstrong sees Brown wide open. Brown finds Ung, I think, in the corner. Ung looking for Sauvé. Sauvé behind the net. The Rath are changing, so, and sending Nystrom to the bench at the same time. Sauvé trying to find a lane. Open is Anderson. Anderson couldn't find the ring, and it's sat on by one of the WAM players, so the ring goes back to Rath in the offensive zone. They're going to send 4 in. 3:19 left in the game. Rath need 2 to tie it. Anderson pops it back to Rock. Rock drops it to Anderson. Anderson over to Gillespie. Gillespie takes the shot. Rebound there for Meyer. Meyer can't pick it off, and a crease violation against WAM. So WAM having a bit of struggle here in their own zone. Getting it out. Giving Rath another 4-on-3 opportunity as Nystrom's still in the box. Gillespie over to Anderson. Anderson back to Gillespie. Gillespie to Rock. Rock looking for something open. Drops it to Gillespie. Gillespie has a lane. Couldn't get it through. Good defensive play there by the WAM. Closing up the door. Nobody in the slot for Rath. Rock takes the shot and it misses on the short side. Anderson takes the shot, gets a reset. Gruel hangs on to the rebound. 2:36 left in the game. Nystrom back on the ice. And a bank off the boards. Prochak battling. Anderson able to check her off the ring. Anderson can't get it. Oh, they're calling a penalty on Rath. That was a really disagreeable call. That was a super clean check, I thought. WAM setting up now and the delayed penalty to Anderson, I believe. And they're going to blow it down. 2 minutes for body, I guess, so. Two minutes left in the game. Rath down a player, down by 2. Pretty big hole to come out of with WAM pressing pretty hard here. Not given any opportunities. Ryan York setting up. Rath are going to have to play man on, and Tajbak just takes the shot. Nice save by Nystrom, and Rath are trying to get it out of the zone, and they send it down 2 lines. Can't touch it. So Debahi's going to take it cleanly. In the WAM zone, out to center ice for Arlinghouse. Arlinghouse circles and drops it to Ryan York. And Tajbak now. So WAM pretty content just to use a full 30 seconds here every time they touch the ring, and Rath are treading on dangerous ground here with a player in the box. They don't want to go down 2 again. They're going to send 3 on as the ref gives them no time to change, and Meyer able to just get in there and draw a penalty. So a delayed call against WAM. Rath are going to try to make something here in the last minute. Hung in on the offensive zone. There's 4 in the zone. Nystrom going to head to the bench. Wheeler in, trying that over-the-shoulder move. The loose ring burst. Trying to get there, can't seem to find it, and now Lamb is able to touch it, and that draws the whistle for a delayed call against Tajbak. 47 seconds left in this game. Rath trying to get within 1 here as they pulled their goalie and can go 4 in. Burst starting with it. Burst kicking it out to Ung. Oh, and what a save by Gruel. Wheeler with a one-timer, and that, how did that stay out? Gruel with an amazing save there. Rath were able to connect on a beautiful one-timer. Burst with it. Again, I think there was a crease violation. Ung sending it over to Wheeler again. Wheeler with a wicked stab behind the net. Meyer back to Burst. Burst Battles her way through, takes the shot, and misses the net. Had a open lane. Now Wheeler couldn't make the stab. Checked by Ryan York. Ung over to Ung. Ung throwing it at, not sure what that was, but 10 seconds left. I think this game's pretty much over. Rath just trying to get within one. Oh, another penalty. So that's what, so Ung was trying to get it in the crease to get the penalty call. I didn't see that. So it was a delayed penalty against WAM. So it's going to be 3-on-2 for the Rath here to get within one. 10 seconds left in the game. M Street over to Ung. And interesting pass choice there as the Rath kind of can't set up in the offensive zone, and that's your final. 6-4 for the WAM over the Rath. Pretty good game, but penalties were the difference here today, as I believe, the number of power play goals and a couple 3-on-2s. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And we will see you guys at a couple more games in this Battle of Alberta. Rage versus Rush coming up in about an hour, and tomorrow we'll have a couple more games too. So stay tuned and enjoy the weekend of Ringing as the Battle of Alberta continues. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you. What? Helping Aaron? Oh, he asked me.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, God. He asked me. I'm like, oh.
No, you guys are waiting on the side.
I know. That's why. It's like almost an hour. You live up in the north?
Well, we're in the north now, so it's about...
I'm glad you're doing that. It makes me feel better, actually. I was feeling guilty.
Oh, no. I said, yeah.
Thing is, you should get his own parents to help.
I know.
I hope so.
Cool, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. First thing in the morning. I'll close to it anyway. Let's do all the replays. We're at 10:15.